quiet because dead people don't talk.
Just listening.
I see how it is.
It's true. Have you like dead people don't talk?
But damn, though, you were just like, what's the dead one doing? You're like, damn. Okay.
Really? Okay.
You know, I'm gonna go back to being dead.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm so sorry that Otto doesn't
Sorry.
be in this scenario. Don't care
Sorry.
though. Okay. 1, 2, and 3.
2. Why not?
3.
2.
Damn.
Two,
Well, Rock and Harlow, 1 or 2.
I said 2. Yeah, I said 2 first.
No. Hunter said 2 first.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
I'll take
Right.
1.
Rod Crusher.
I'll just make this easy.
You have found out that your 2 kids, Virtue and Harlow, have just stolen your favorite stuffed animal, and you want to find out who really did it. But you don't know this, but Harlow is the one that actually did it. Dun dun dun.
Realistic.
Dun, dun, dun.
3, 2, 1, go.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of both of you until one of you tells me who did this.
It's him.
I didn't do anything.
It's him. He took it.
Like look at them, dog. Like they're the ones that's obviously lying.
What do you mean?
You really think I
Let's
would
compare.
steal
Let's
something?
compare our track
Look
record.
at me.
How many things have you killed, burned, and stolen? And how many things have I stolen? I only stole a book.
Okay. Well, the killing and burning is a different story, but I've never stolen anything.
Mm-hmm.
I punched both of them.
That is why.
I think this is abuse.
Yes, it is. One of you is lying.
It is not me. When
That's what a
have I
lie would
lied?
say. Smack.
No.
Jesus Christ. Never become a dad.
Please never become a father. Oh, just freeze. You know what? I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Yeah,
I'm
leaving.
Have fun,
Bye.
Harlow. Have fun.
Bye. No, I'm gonna walk with them.
No, get away from me.
Oh, both guilty then. Well, you're both grounded for 6 months.
Not if we just run away. So,
Exactly.
goodbye.
Bye.
Good luck fending for yourself on the streets.
I've done it long enough. You don't take care of us. You don't feed us either.
What the fuck do you do other than beat us? I mean, seriously.
You have a roof over your head.
And there are shelters. Oh my god.
Yeah.
In this town, there isn't. We're in the Midwest.
I'm just gonna.
I'm in the Midwest. There is.
Social security doesn't exist here.
We're in the Midwest.
You know
we
what?
have shelters. What the fuck?
Sorry, I was trying to think of the worst part of America, though.
I'm gonna go up to a random couple and pretend like I'm their kid.
They're all connected.
Bye.
Are you gonna go to a fucking Cracker Barrel next?
No, I'm not going back to Cracker Barrel. That was horrible.
Okay. Great.
For some weird trans-dimensional inception, Harlow walks into a Cracker Barrel and
Okay. My god.
Rod Crusher, you lost both of your kids, but it's okay. They both got run over by a car as soon as they left the door.
What?
Oh no.
No, I went and pretended like I was somebody else's kid.
Harlow pretended to be someone else's kid, and then they ended up starting to abuse him too, and he went to go work at Cracker Barrel. The end.
Man, we
then
could
because
just...
it's the Midwest, who all died of meth overdoses eventually by the mid-20s.
What?
Oh my god.
Nah.
What the fuck?
You could tell Harlow that. I stay away from that drug shit.
Yeah.
Say.
I have not drank even... I have not
No.
taken any substances that are...
What the fuck are you doing?
I haven't drank.
It'd be scary if you did.
No, I did not. My parent, honestly, actually, it's kind of funny. My parents keep trying to be like, you should try this one. Maybe you'll like it. I'm like, bruh, I don't like it. Stop trying to feed me. Leave me alone.
I forgot this is being
Parents will make
recorded, so
you
I'm
do
not going to out
drugs.
myself.
Oh,
Okay.
I've been cooking. I'm all about that shit.
Right.
No.
Okay. Who wants
Right,
to describe
wasn't
what
for me.
happened last session?
Otto
Where to
died.
begin? Where to start?
Fine, I'll do it. I'll do it myself. So, you all said hi to Rock Crush again after he had been swimming, getting his cardio in for about 12 hours. Henny intervened and forced you basically to all join in a quest of his that he has said has a reward of quote-unquote money. Most of you doubt that fact, but still, he's promised some sort of reward. He says that you have to get rid of all of the monstrous creatures in a section of an unused part of the underground so that they can expand. When you all went down there, you found out that these creatures were actually a monster person, 2 bug things, and a beholder. And in a very, very long fight, with only 1 shot of an eye ray, Otto was killed with a death ray. In their last moments, they thanked Virtue for turning them into the person that they were right before death, and then they closed their eyes for the last time. Afterwards, Virtue touched their necklace, and it turns out that it was having some sort of homing device that told Midas, the god of damaged truth, to come down, consume Otto's soul, and turn them to dust. The only thing that remains is Vex's necklace and a ring that Otto said Ace had given them. And Virtue takes both of those things. And that is where we're going to come back into it. What are you guys going to do?
Imagine we're going to try and make our way out of this cave.
Yeah, that'd probably be better. That'd probably be the best.
I'm carrying like a beholder on my back.
Oh yes, Rock Crusher did dismember the beholder.
So I've divided among the group like eye stalks, bundles of skin. So I've just got like a skull, a giant ass beholder skull on my back.
Okay.
That's great.
So Rock Crusher divides the rest of the beholder amongst the rest of the party members, and you see the creature that is stuck in the wall begin to shake and cracks begin to form along the edges of its figure. And the crest of the burrowing blade starts to slightly glow. On the opposite wall to that, you start to hear banging sounds over and over again as if someone is trying to break in. The wall begins to crack open until it bursts into a hole in the wall, and you see a tall, pale man with a black vertical striped suit with no face other than 2 blank eye holes, standing, very deranged, in this hole.
It's an interesting entrance.
As soon as you say that, you see him straighten up and brush off all of his clothing, but you see that he is not in the best shape. His skin is cracked, and one of his blank eye holes is glowing with this purple energy, and his chin is slit open into his quote-unquote jaw-mouth situation, though his mouth is closed. He looks over to all of you and says, "Not the best entrance, I know, but I had to be different, you know?"
Yeah, I guess. That makes sense.
After all of the hints and vague remarks that I've given you, still surprised to, well, not very surprised to see that one as the first one dead in your party. Well, at least there's still 3 left. Quinn, walks up to the sand remains of Otto. He picks up a few grains and lets them fall between his fingers back to the floor. He sighs and places a hand on the sand, and all of it begins to glow with a faint golden hue. The tiny grains of sand begin to swirl together and condense into a very tiny sphere. Quinn holds it in one hand and covers it with his other. You hear a cracking sound from within his hand, and he bends down and shows Virtue, as he opens his hand, a tiny hourglass earring, and he holds it out to you.
She would kind of look at it and then take it from his hands. I gotta be like, thank you.
Mm-hmm. See, that little there thing is something I haven't done in a very long time, but for you, I think you need it, seeing as one of you really liked the specimen that is now dead. It holds all of its memories in it. Seeing as it is no longer with us, we can keep it alive in a time capsule. It maybe even be used as a tool in the future.
Oh. Okay.
You guys aren't a very talkative bunch right now.
Sorry, we've just been through quite an experience.
I could tell, seeing as you weren't immediately repulsed by the sight of me, so that's very cool to see for the first time in a while. Well, I guess I'll make my stay short, seeing as none of you really want to see me, even if you ever did in the first place. He walks over and pets Casca over the head. And while he's looking away from you, you see his neck snap and twist his head around to stare at the rest of you, while his body is still facing towards the dog.
Oh.
Now, please make sure to give the replacement a warm welcome. Maybe we'll remember and grow to forget that Otto ever existed. We all know some of you would view that as a better life to live. Oh. He takes his hands and he snaps his head back into place, and he walks back into the hole that he created, and the rocks that fell off of it float back into its place as soon as he enters it. The wall smooths back over, and as the wall is completely smoothed over, the creature and the rocks stop shaking, and the symbol's glow fades away.
You know, he always has the most interesting entrances.
Yeah,
I'll give him that.
there's definitely a flair for the dramatic.
Yeah.
She would just be looking at the hourglass, kind of tilting it upside down to see the sand board and all of that.
Fashionable piece. There.
Virtue, you can add a magic item I forgot the name of, even though I created it.
Oh, I did not have the sheet open. Wait, okay, it's open. We're fine.
You can add the time capsule to your inventory.
I will say, there being two Harlows, one of them is actually near, like, still at Virtue, and one of them is over by Rock, probably. Just saying that out. Maybe next time we don't immediately, or we don't hit the heart. If there is a next time.
Maybe.
I think that was really the issue.
I mean, that's true.
Something tells me we're going to have to deal with whatever all of that was. Regardless.
Do you even know it? Like, do you know what that was? I have no clue what that thing was.
Good thing. I mean,
Would I know what
no.
it is, Claire? At all?
No.
Okay.
I have my people who've spent a lot of time like in cave systems at the ground, but not quite like this deep. Would we know anything
You
about these kind of creatures?
you would have heard stories about it, but you've never seen one in person before until today.
How would I know what it's called?
Yes, you know it's called a beholder.
I know what they're called. It's a beholder. Very dangerous, as we found out.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh,
Yeah.
and someone sent us down here vastly unprepared. Looking forward to having a talk to the person.
Battery, you keep cutting out a bit.
I'm still
Yeah,
getting shit. God fucking damn it.
I'm keep up with you, man, but it's getting harder and harder.
yeah, like I can generally get what he's saying, but so I know what he's saying, but like, yeah, you are cutting out a little bit.
Let's see.
Please don't be another Rock Crusher broken mic week.
Really don't want it to be, because otherwise I'm shit out of luck.
See, it
Any
doesn't
better?
even
Oh,
to
that
me it
working
sounds
alright?
like he's not like cutting. It doesn't sound like he's cutting out as much as he's just really quiet, if I'm being
Yeah,
honest.
it's like he's loud and it's like he's all the way in the back. And he's loud and now he's fading into the
We're all
distance.
going crazy. He wasn't here in the first place.
Oh my gosh.
So I haven't got my good mic with me, so I'm using headphones. But, I've left on some settings. Is that any better?
Yeah.
I can hear you speak a whole sentence so far.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's a
so
bonus. That is good. See how it goes. Where were we?
talking about what that thing was.
Oh, yeah. Beholder, very scary, very dangerous. Someone sent us down here very unprepared. I want to have a talking aggressively with the person who did send us down here.
I'm not even
Yeah,
going to stop you. Not after this.
I have no complaints to that. Just try not to go overboard.
Oh, crap. How the fuck do we get out of here?
I have no idea. Can we look around for an exit?
Investigation. Is anyone looking?
Sure.
All right. 15.
Okay. You begin to look around and you head back to the area that you were first thrown into, this cave. And you see that there is a hole in the ceiling, and then right underneath it, there's a slight indent in the ground that's big enough to carry all of you.
It's promising.
Yeah, there's just
So really,
it's an indent of a circle in the floor, and all of you can fit in it.
I guess, should we stand on that? I assume that's just going to rise us back up, probably.
I would hope so. Let's find out.
Yeah.
We stand on. Well, I stand on the circle at least.
Yeah, but before we do this, the Harlow, the Harlow that was near Rock walks really far away and disappears.
Damn, don't even want to punch him in the face.
No.
So the real one was near me?
Yes.
Ah.
Harlow's found a new solution to getting rid of them. Anyways, Harlow stands up and is probably just gonna lift Virtue up with him and just walks over to the platform.
You carrying
Just like
me
the
or
old
just
days.
guiding me?
Oh no, he's probably carrying you.
Okay. Virtue
Just
is
random
not complaining.
proposals.
Okay,
Alright,
so you
yeah,
all
in a circle.
stand in the circle. Kasuga comes with. He barks twice, and the floor begins to rise, and the ceiling begins to rise as well, creating a tiny little cubby as you begin to go vertically upwards into somewhere you hope is the underground still. And as it just quickly just shoots into the air, you see that above you opens up into a wider area, and you'll get shot out of the ground right where you first entered the corridor into the wall, but not in the room where you were sent down.
Someone's do a compass.
You immediately
Oh,
begin to see Kazuka just run in a direction.
Great.
Seems like a good idea. Let's follow that.
Yeah, follow the dog.
Yep. Well, if it takes us to its master, then it makes our life a bit easier.
Yeah.
You follow Kazuka as he's running away. And you see that there's something up with this dog. As
What's the dog doing?
it runs directly into a wall and just vanishes.
Harlow
It's
sets
gonna
down
be a lot
Virtue
funnier.
and Harlow sets down Virtue and runs face first into the wall. Do I go through it, or is it like a Harry Potter situation? Do I go through it, or do I hit the wall?
You run headfirst into the wall, and you run into a wall. You
Ow.
see that a bit of your hair is caught in it. You have to pull on it in order to get out, and you lose a few strands of hair. For the most part, you're intact.
Virtue would run over and be like checking her face, like, oh, what? What?
I'll be fine. I've taken a lot harder hits than
At
that.
least it wasn't the full
I
head.
know.
Well, what's that about, man? Just gone then.
What?
The dog just gone then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should go to where we last saw our friend.
Sure. Lead on.
Virtue would look at Harlow because
Wait,
Virtue does not know how to
I
talk to this place.
heard you say go somewhere, but I didn't hear where you said to.
To where we met, to where we left our friend. So basically, where Henny Q kind of dropped.
You popped
Dropped us
out
down
where
into a pit with a beholder.
you popped
Yeah, we
out
popped
right
out
at the
right.
wall,
And popped out right there.
but there wasn't a corridor. It was just a wall.
Probably
Okay.
using. Yeah, they're probably
Okay.
using the thing where the walls change.
Sorry.
Yes.
So Otto's dog. Did Otto bring the dog with?
Oh,
And
we
you don't
do.
have the dog anymore.
Otto's dog Apollo. That is.
Yeah.
Poof.
Well,
Oh,
Apollo didn't go down the hole with you.
Okay. Yeah, he didn't go down the hole, but like I'm talking about. So he's in the underground somewhere.
You don't know.
Anyway.
He's not
Oh,
with you.
no.
That's what you know.
Ari, I'm
Which hole
sorry.
did he not? Which hole did he not go down? The well or the hole that we fell down? Is what
He
I'm
didn't
curious
go
about. 'Cause
down the slide hole that you
Oh,
that you
okay.
went through.
I'm sorry, Ari. Ari was stressing to me like my puppy. I'm like, I'm sorry, Ari. I don't know if I can get him. Okay.
He's lost to us now.
Back to.
Where the fuck do
What
we
do you
find
guys
Jenny?
suggest we do? I do I know generally at all where we would
Um,
find him anywhere?
well, you know that you probably won't find him now, seeing as it's quote unquote night. But if he were to be anywhere, he usually just roams the hallways. It doesn't go into any like specific areas.
I think we talk so we can find him.
He doesn't go anywhere in specific, really, not that I know of, at least.
Shortly then, and I just take to the skies.
Goodbye, Rock
What
Crusher.
size?
I'm just gonna
yeah.
I'm just gonna fly around the sort of city, town, village thing and see if I can see anyone that fits the
Stuck
bill.
in the ceiling.
Near the ceiling, not you know. I mean, I can
Okay,
always climb on the roof if I need to.
Rock Crusher is flying around looking for him. What are you two gonna do?
Seeing as Rock doesn't really know his way around this place, we should probably stay somewhere where he can find us. Do you want to just hang out here, or do you want to like roam the halls for now, or
I don't know.
we'll just stay
I
here
just
because he knows where this is, I assume. He's smart enough to figure that out at least.
unless if the walls change.
Yeah, that's true. But
Okay.
while we wait, just make sure nobody, like, we should probably watch out, make sure nobody tries to attack us. None of that stuff. That wouldn't be very nice.
No.
All right. Virtue and Harlow roll a flat d20.
17.
God fucking
15?
damn it. All right. You see an elf who is running down a hallway immediately look at you and then start to run towards you with a scimitar in its hand. Please roll initiative.
Speak
Oh, great.
level.
I rolled a 17.
Oh no, I dropped my dice, but in a bad way. Please come back.
Don't. That's a soft 20 to initiative.
16.
Okay. First is Harlow. He's running towards you, but not at you yet. You have about 20 feet to him.
All right. Sorry, thinking real quick. Just to specify ahead of time, all damage that I'm doing in this fight will be non-lethal. So.
Okay. Don't want to kill him.
Yeah, he's like he's just an idiot. It's fine. I'm just gonna kind of look at him, and I'm just gonna like run up. I'm gonna run at him too. I'm gonna run at him as well, and I'm
Ooh.
gonna just running at each other. And does this guy look sturdy? Is what I'm curious about. Like how does he look sturdy? Like does he look like one of the bigger guys here, or one of the or
No.
like?
He's skinny as shit.
Oh, okay then. Do you know what? Okay, do you know I have a better plan than what I was originally gonna do. I'm gonna do this entire fight using nothing but my fists,
Okay.
and I'm gonna run up to him and attempt to bash him in the face.
Go for it.
With additives, 26,
That does hit.
and that's 6 bludgeoning damage, because that's how much a punch does.
Okay.
And then, because I get 2 attack actions, I can go ahead and throw another punch.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, should I just be respecting this one-on-one? Like, what am I doing? I fight primarily with daggers and axes. I'm a blades person.
That's not as good. 16.
That hits.
Yep, another 6 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And that is it.
Okay. He is going to try and strike you with his scimitar twice. Both of them miss.
Damn.
And he just screams, "Down with spine!" And now it's Virtue's turn.
Huh? Okay. Suppose Stinky is not using fist. I'm gonna say it's fair to stab him. Non-lethally. Stab him. With additives, that would be a 19.
That
To hit.
hits.
I'm gonna be using my dagger with sneak attack. I probably should have said that before I rolled, but that's what I'm doing.
That's okay.
I skipped a step. It's fine.
You did the right step in the wrong order.
Yup.
You got there eventually.
Eventually. A 4. There you go. Nice. With 5, 9, and now 6. Where's my square? There it is. That is. Ooh. Okay. That will be a 14 in damage total.
Okay.
I'm gonna stab him in the relatively shoulder.
Alright. You stab him in the shoulder while Harlow is beating him with his fists. Speaking of Harlow, it's your turn next.
I
Okay.
actually have a question, curiosity, and this is completely up to you. Could I attempt to disarm him and take his weapon?
Yeah.
What would you want me to roll for that?
Isn't that a fighter thing?
Sleight
You
of
can
Does say
hand.
disarming.
Is that like because I've literally never done this in D&D, so like
Sleight
I
of
don't
hand.
know.
Roll a sleight of hand
It's
check.
okay. Which I don't get proficiency in. That's still a good roll. That's an 18.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. While Virtue has the dagger
Yes.
dug into his arm, you take the time to kick in his gut and make him loosen his scimitar and take it from him.
Would I have noticed
It's so
the kind of street brawl occurring?
You can hear someone scream "down with spine" and then them grunting really loud and aggressively.
I will make a U-turn and head towards us.
a U-turn.
Okay. Roll initiative and you'll be added in the next round of combat.
Alright.
How much damage does a scimitar do? Hold up.
1d6.
I
It's
think it requires
19.
my action. It requires my action to disarm him anyway, so that's. I'm pretty sure. I'm like really certain that that's how it works.
Okay.
So that's all.
19 on initiative.
All right. Next up is the elf, and he is going to throw a punch directly into Virtue's gut. That misses. He does it again. And that is a 19.
Yeah, I have.
And that's 6 bludgeoning damage.
Next.
Wait.
And next up is Virtue.
Oh. The person. All right, so he's at this point, since he's focusing on me, I'm gonna use my other weapon because that hits better. I'm gonna use my hand. That is. Oh, what's my additive? That would be a brain 17.
That does hit.
All right, I'm going to non-lethally. I'm gonna go for his elbow when it comes to this.
If you're going
his
for a certain
arm.
area, it's
Arm.
disadvantage.
I mean his arm in general. That means exactly the elbow, just arm area.
And Virtue
So-
just cuts off his arm.
Does that count? Do I need disadvantage just to go for like his general arm, the whole length of it?
No.
Okay. What do I roll again? I think it's a 6 by 1 check. Yep. Woo! Yay! Okay, that'd be 10.
Okay. You
That's-
you cut into his arm, not all the way through, but he cut into his arm, and he gives out a loud grunt or a loud scream that Rush you do hear, and you immediately like, okay, I know what's happening, and you start going faster.
It's a little faster.
Next is Harlow.
I'm gonna hit him with his own weapon. Wait, being a fighter, do I get proficiency in this? Hold
You
up,
have
because I think is a scimitar a simple weapon?
yes.
Then yeah, I get proficiency in it. I can use his own weapon better than he can. Get fucked.
Yeah.
22,
That does hit.
and this is non-lethal. Just so you know,
Mm-hmm.
I thought I said that. I know I said that, but better
Just
than
gotta remind me.
Non-lethal slashing damage. I'd stab him, but not lethally.
Exactly.
No,
Hitting nothing vital.
well, no, I'm sure I've killed
People
enough
still
people
bleed.
to know like
You're
what
aware
parts
of
are
that,
vital.
right? If you
We're
cut
just
someone, they
hitting
bleed.
nothing vital. Yeah,
And if
we're
they
hitting
bleed
nothing
too
vital.
much, they die.
I mean, if they bleed out after we're already done with the fight and we walk away, is it really our fault? Can anyone prove it?
You caused it. So technically, yes.
Okay.
But
Hey,
bleeding
then
doesn't
it's their
exist.
fault they didn't get medical.
But I don't know what you're talking about. Bleeding doesn't exist in D&D. No clue what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Mm-mm.
Good point. Good point.
Anyways, damage. That's 11 damage,
Okay. You
and then
go
if
ahead.
he's not down, then I can make another hit. If
Yeah,
he's not down already.
You see quote unquote blood. Don't know what that is. He coughs up a bit of blood as he is like weakened down to his knees. But
As
he's still
in,
alive.
weakened down to where he's not fighting, or is
Yeah,
he still got fight?
he's not trying to do anything, but he's still up.
I very quickly put the weapon back away, and I'm gonna attempt to just strike him with my fist to knock him out.
Okay.
Roll to hit. That's actually pretty low. 14.
That
Wait, no, wait,
misses.
I did my math right. I did my math wrong. I didn't add proficiency.
How the fuck do you not miss? Technically, it'd be with
Because I
advantage.
forgot about proficiency, because you get proficiency in your fists for like, because I guess makes sense, but it's a 9 plus 9, so 18, I guess. Then sorry,
That does hit.
sorry, that's 6 bludgeoning damage,
That'd
but
be
it's
scary if you
non-lethal. So I'm
missed
just
him when he's already down.
well, if he was down, I probably should have like I don't know if that count as advantage, but I'm not sure. So I
It's
didn't want to add
fine.
that
It
anyway.
doesn't matter because you still clock him in the jaw and he just falls backward.
Knocked out.
Yeah,
All right, this is done. We're done here.
initiative is over. And as soon as he hits the ground, Rock Crusher, you turn in view of what just happened.
Oh, I missed the fun.
Yeah, man, you missed it. Like this fucking dumbass came and tried to attack us. Thought he could win.
Yeah, that's kind of stupid of him. Why though?
It just happens here.
Virtues is quietly cleaning the blood off both their weapons.
You know, Arlo's cleaning off the blood off his new scimitar.
You can add that to your inventory, I guess, if you're gonna keep it.
Well, the thing is, Arlo already has a scimitar, but now he has two, so that's fun.
Do we really? That's that?
Yeah.
Pirate Hollow?
Shit.
Are they dead?
No, they're just knocked out.
Do we just leave them? Or...
No, yeah, I just leave them. They'll be fine. I mean, they may get robbed, but that's not our problem.
I mean, maybe we should make sure we don't have any contraband on them. For safety reasons.
Claire, question: robbing somebody that isn't legal is it's not. I don't think it's against the laws here. I don't think it is.
Do you remember
what are they gonna
what
do
I
about it?
said the first time?
Yeah,
They
I
start
remember.
doing things like killing.
Yeah, I mean,
You can't.
we
Is robbing 5 rules? No.
I'm rooting for his pockets already. I haven't waited for a response. I'm looking for shit.
Oh my god.
Rock Crusher, you see a bit of pocket lint. There's a ring with his mom's name engraved in it.
Oh.
It says Delilah.
Taken.
Oh, that is me.
There's a tissue.
Well, how would Rock know? How would Rock know that it's
It says
mother's
Delilah, my mom. Yep, that's what it says. There's a tissue, a used tissue.
Oh.
Or a used handkerchief, I guess, time period wise, but and he has 1 copper.
Oh, hell yeah. Having that.
Unless you want the clothes on his back, that's all he has.
Don't take his skin.
Now sitting pretty at 400 gold and 1 copper.
Nice.
And a nice my mum Delilah ring, or Delilah my mum.
Do I see this ring whenever Rock takes it?
Yeah, but you can't read the words.
Oh, I was gonna call him a fucking loser. Damn.
You can't read, let alone read the words.
Shit, that's sad. I really would. There's sometimes where I really wish Harlow could read. There's sometimes where I really wish.
Virtue will teach you when they're no longer depressed. That might be a bit though.
Rock Crusher, on your journey before you got redirected back, you saw a group of skinnier underground citizens all huddled in a basic pile, screaming things like "Things must change! Be gone with the class system!" and most notably "Down with spine!" over and over again. As the group of people say "Down with spine!" over and over, you see a bunch of other people start to surround them and charge and beating them to the ground.
I'm definitely gonna head over there. Alright, see you guys in a minute. I'll meet you there.
Alright, see you.
You go loot the body and then go back to the revolution.
Can we hear the revolution from here?
No, because Rock can fly pretty far, and he got there in very quickly. So you can hear it faintly, but
I mean, you can see the direction I'm heading.
Harlow,
I'm not hard
Harlow's
to miss.
gonna start walking in that direction. Harlow's gonna start walking in that direction.
Virtue would follow.
And I'm gonna look back at Virtue for a minute and be like, can you believe he really just came and stole all the crap off of the person I just knocked out.
First come, first serve.
I was there first. What do you mean?
You snooze, you lose.
Richie's gonna look at you, look at Rock Crusher in the distance, yelling back, somehow hearing Harlow.
I have ears like a
Look-
cat.
Or
Yes,
like
including
the
his
saying, right?
cat.
like a bat. Looks at Harlow again and just shrugs.
God, I just like to think that Tiamat is just on Rock's shoulder this entire time while he's just beating
Just
people.
hanging on
He's
while he's
she's
flying.
ratatouilleing me.
Please,
He's the one
okay.
controlling Rock.
Henry.
My character is actually the cat.
Henry.
Yes.
Yeah,
So you know how
Yeah.
Rock Crusher has a cloak and everything?
Yeah.
What if you get Tiamat a little cloak?
Ooh,
That would be great.
now that's an idea.
Write it down because I'm not going to remember it.
Before we get to the revolution crap, Harlow's gonna give Virtue his other scimitar.
Oh, thank
I
you.
need to share scimitars with friends.
It was Otto's. So
Oh,
Ooh.
Maybe a fucking Debbie Downer. Harlow gives you Otto's scimitar. It has not
What?
been taken care of very well. There's a bunch of dried blood, and the handle's kind of dwindled down a bit, and it's not that sharp.
What kind? Is it just your basic scimitar or anything else?
It's a basic scimitar, but slightly worse.
Okay.
sentimental value. Sentimental. Don't worry about it.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So, as Virtue's looking at this scimitar, Rock, you get there first, but you two get there fairly quickly after. You see that the group of 5 skinnier citizens are getting beaten senselessly by 5 much bigger people.
Scimitar.
And and one of the big dudes says, "Don't just stand there, help us take these traitors down."
One of the people being beaten to shit, or one of the people beating to shit?
One of the people beating to shit. You can see they're having fun with it. They aren't really. They're kind of like kicking with them, just like throwing around their stuff. They're bullying them, basically.
I was gonna say, before I get over there, I was gonna try and be sneaky and try and.
Oh, of course,
sort of-
yeah.
I was gonna try and Batman it, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah. Okay, roll stealth, but if you two aren't being sneaky, then they do ask Harlow and Virtue to beat them senselessly with you. Or with
I mean, but I get there first.
Yeah, they just want. Well, roll stealth?
It's a 16 on the stealth check.
They don't notice you immediately. You kind of.
Well, alright, go on.
What?
Sorry, go on.
Depending on what you do, if you just stand there, just watching them, or take to the skies and just watch them, or crawl on a wall like you do sometimes and watch them.
I mean, when I'm flying in, I'd be able to see that there's people beating the shit out of civilians.
Yes.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna fly in pretty low and then just drop down from about 20 feet, bringing an axe down on the head of one of the guards, or the people doing the aggressing.
There's civilians taking down other civilians.
Yeah.
Well, fine. I'll bring my axe down on the head of one of the civilians beating the shit out of another civilian.
Okay.
Cool.
Viva la revolution, bitches! I love an underdog.
Make sure that's a non-lethal blow to the head. I don't know if
this
it
is
can be
this is a
non-lethal.
fully lethal blow to the head.
Okay. Roll to hit.
This is a great axe in the head. With sorry, say again.
Roll to hit with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay. It's a 19 disadvantage.
That hits the beefy dude.
Ooh.
Because I'm dropping, could I maybe take a bit of fall damage in exchange for getting some extra damage behind this swing?
Sure. If you
How much?
drop 20 feet to the ground, you take 2d10. Nah, that's not right. 1d10,
If you're looking at fall damage, it's 1d6.
1d6.
So a d6 for a d6.
Because it's every d6 after 10 feet. After
Yes.
basically 10 feet after 10 feet is 1d6. So
1d6 for 1d6.
All right, cool.
You take 4 bludgeoning damage then.
Gee.
Ouch. I stubbed my toe on the way down.
It's 24 points of slashing damage with 17 slashing damage, 7 necrotic.
Okay, and then what's your little 1d6 additive?
I get to roll a d6 anyway for my axe because it does 1d6 necrotic. So 1d6 was a 6, one of the d6s was a 1. So, I mean,
Great.
I guess you can choose whether it's 1 point of necrotic or 6 points of necrotic.
It's fine. Does the same thing either way. So, Harlow and Virtue, you do see this, just to let you know. You see this group of 5 beefy dudes bullying 5 skinny dudes senselessly. And then all of a sudden, out of basically nowhere, because you're not really paying attention to it, you see Rock Crusher just fall to the ground and just, with his great axe, just slice directly into the side of one of the beefy dude's heads. And
does this
Does he die?
he pulls out his axe, and the dude flops over to the ground. And yeah, you do kill him.
Harlow does a very quick 180 and walks the other way.
She's just like standing there, kind of just staring, like, oh.
Hit points there.
As soon as you kill one of the men, everyone else, including the people that they were hitting and the people that were hitting them, they all begin to run away. And they start screaming, "Rule breaker! Rule breaker! Get 'em, bitches!" And you immediately begin to feel the rock underneath you sink and turn into liquid. As
I'd fly up.
you fly up, and the walls almost start to constrict around you, trying to encase you in stone. And as these people begin running down, more and more people start being told about this rule breaker. And some of them run, some of them start to look for you, but most of them are screaming for a magic user to get involved, or Henny even to get involved, or Spine to get involved. You can tell it's been a while since something like this has happened.
Am I being affected at all by the walls trying to
No, it's
cave
only
in, or?
surrounding Rock Crusher, who is flying above everyone.
Okay.
Just saying, Harlow is walking away,
Harlow
not paying attention to this.
doesn't even know what's going on.
No, Harlow, as soon as he sees that axe hit that guy's head, he does a quick 180 and walks the other way.
How far is Virtue compared to Rock Crusher?
Well, he's flying away.
If he was on the ground.
If he was on the ground, when he was on the ground, he was 40 feet away, but now he's probably more than 80.
Okay, I'm gonna stay still.
Is it like a...
Just watching, kind of in shock.
I'll just sort of fly into the middle of the cave. Just sort of directly in the center. anything, but like in the air, equidistance from the roof and the floor.
Okay.
Very central, very visible.
You see 3 people in fantasy or clothing holding spell books all point up towards you. And give me a second.
I'll take a dodge action.
Okay. Still give me a second.
Not sure if that'll actually help me against magic, but hey ho.
All right. Oh God. You see all 3 of them point towards you, and all of them cast sleep on you. So give me a fucking second.
Went from 1 to 100 real quick.
Yeah. God, Jesus Christ, I'm rolling high.
Never good when the DM says that.
Well, it isn't affecting you, so...
I know. I'm just saying out of character. It's never good.
I'm wondering if it'll affect me, because sleep, it's good at that level.
Yeah, it's gonna affect you, buddy. All 3 of them point in your direction, and they all, almost in sync, just scream some incantation you don't really care about in your direction, and you immediately feel yourself get drowsy.
How many hit points was that? How much you roll there? Yeah. Gotta be over my hit points.
Well, it was 3 people all casting it at level 5.
I got a lot of hit points.
Well, it was 382.
Okay, yeah, that fucking works.
And Rock Crusher falls asleep. And we'll get to you in a bit. But in the meantime, let's go back over to Harlow.
It only lasts a minute as well.
Okay. Have fun, buddy. Goodbye.
Yeah, I know.
Harlow, as soon as you see Rock Crusher's axe get into the skull, you take a 180 and start walking away. Nothing happened. You have no idea what happened. And
I don't know that guy. He's whatever is said. Like I don't even know his name. He said his name once
fuck is
to
that dude?
Penny.
I saw him swimming for a while. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue who he is.
And
They just sent me down there to fight with them against that thing. I don't know.
Yeah. While you're just thinking of different ways to say that you don't know who that person is, if anyone asked, you feel someone tap on your shoulder and continue to walk forward, and you see that it is Keith.
Hey.
He doesn't say anything, but he just keeps walking forward.
Harlow holds his hand, takes a deep breath real quick, calm down. Everything's all right. Okay, Harlow's sitting there, go to your happy place, go to your happy place.
Calm down.
He's trying to keep himself really composed, emotionally, so that nothing happens. He doesn't want a fucking echo coming out at this moment.
You
It'd be
see
the worst time.
you see little flickers of echoes showing that you keep just calming yourself down, thinking about things you enjoy, and they go away without showing themselves. And what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna start walking. It's like the
When you
worst
get
time.
moved,
But
just
all
go.
right. Yeah, like I'm walking to the same place that me and Keith met before. Fuck this. I'm not dealing with this shit. I didn't have anything to do with this. I didn't kill nobody. I don't know that guy.
Um, I was kind of flying, when I was put to sleep, right?
Yeah.
If I take any damage, I wake up. Would me hitting the ground?
You don't hit the ground.
Ooh.
Anyways,
Out of character, real quick question. What did Rock actually say his name was to Henny? What did he say his
I
name
think it
It was
was
Steve.
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 It was Steve.
And
He
just
worked in
know,
what
Sanitation.
did he sanitation?
Works in sanitation.
just know, everything that I'm about to do to Rock Crusher was planned a long time before they entered the underground. But
God.
this is Harlow's time to shine right now. So Harlow, you squeeze your way back into that tiny ass hole that's too tiny for you, but you don't care.
I'm like being more cautious than I was before, by the way. Like I'm like watching things a lot more closely than I was last time. Like
Okay. He's learned.
Edge.
And you go to the exact same spot as you did before with Keith. And just behind you, you hear, "What the fuck did you do?"
who is this?
This is Keith behind.
Okay.
Steve.
I didn't do anything.
Well, it sure seemed like you were being all buddy with Henny, and then all of a sudden, someone's saying that there's a rule breaker, which we haven't had one in over 10 years.
I don't know that guy. Like he said his name was like Steve. He worked in sanitation. He has some screws loose. I don't want to be
Okay, all
associated.
right. I don't give a shit about the rule breaker. Why were you talking with Henny? What did you talk about?
He wanted to talk about like he he was asking why I was where you know
No, I don't know.
he was asking where I like why I was at like and Harlow like holds up his hand and like instead of putting up numbers kind of like just holds his hand solid like a fist basically like indicating a 0.
Oh my god. Well, did he do anything to you?
He sent us down with like he sent me Virtue, my buddy Virtue and my buddy Otto down into
Steve.
like in that guy Steve. He sent us down to like something. Steve said it was a beholder.
If they really sent someone down there after everything.
I
Oh,
mean, granted we killed it, but
oh, thank gods you did. The thing was never supposed to be there in the first place.
we didn't get out of there without any casualties.
Okay, okay, I found out a few more things, not as much as that, but I did find out that Spine is in fact going to be spectating all of the next Dusk Bowl and seeing us just happen probably more closely than he usually has. In that usually place that you always think he does in the hole that's close to the ceiling, quote unquote. And if we make a big enough problem that doesn't lead to imprisonment, then we can get his attention better and get one of us to talk to him. It's even better if you will probably, but if you win, then you get the ability to send him a letter over what we want from him.
I've never even like even the times that I have one, I've never decided to send him one. Like, what do I say?
I'll tell you what to say, but we just have to win the Dusk Bowl first.
I just need enough time to bring my weapon back to at least where it was beforehand, and I don't know. I need to practice. I'm out of touch, and you know that.
You better start now, because the Dusk Bowl's in 2 days. Maybe talk to Taco. He might know something. He's probably one of your favorites, seeing as you've won basically the most. So,
Do you know where I could go? Because my shop was burnt. I don't know where I can even repair this thing.
I always heard that Grunt had some side businesses, but I haven't talked to that fucker in a while, so that's a good place to start.
All right, I'll do that.
And whatever you do, stay away from any funny business.
I will.
I can tell when you're lying about something, so just stay away from it. I don't care what it is, just stay away from it.
It's just stressful getting back into this, you know.
Well,
3
welcome to
years
the
is a long
underground.
time.
Apparently
I
that fall
know.
broke your head a little bit more than it should have.
I mean, it can't knock anything more loose than it's already been.
But these people in the Dust Bowl might, and Spine definitely will. Henny, even more so.
Duskbowl.
So,
Sounds fun.
go on. So much more to deal with now. Oh,
All right. Harlow walks away, and he is going to Grunt.
okay.
Actually, do I know if Grunt would even be like if he goes to sleep, or what,
Yeah,
like
he's a reasonable human being. He goes to bed every once in a while.
Human.
Sure. Well,
he's a reasonable orc.
he's a reasonable orc. He goes to sleep.
Also, I find it funny. You could send a letter to Spine, and Harlow's like, I never even wrote one to him. Yeah, you can't write.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
can't write.
Sad
That was
days.
part of it. There were many reasons why I said that, but that was one of them.
Well, that's a later
Probably won't
problem.
never
Not
think
now you're
of
going to good old Grunt Boy. Okay.
You can go back to them now.
Hi.
So you sit there, just watching everything. And
I just stood there 40 feet away, 40 feet, watching what the fuck just happened.
you sit there watching what happens. And you all of a sudden feel like somebody is watching you.
After Brock Crusher is very obviously unconscious, and I'm guessing they're taking him into custody, Virtue's just gonna turn around.
Oh, I guess I'd explain that more to you because you saw it. You saw that after the 3 people put him to sleep, Rock came around him and encased him in rock. And then it sort of went back up into the ceiling, but that's basically what happened.
Okay. I feel like I'm being watched. Can I roll perception and look around?
Yes.
See if I can see anything? Okay, let me just roll. What was that? I can't see. It's too dark in here. I need to stop playing in the dark. 14. There we go. Wait, no, I didn't have an ad. I didn't add. Don't do that. That'd be 21.
Okay. So you look around, you don't see anyone, but you just have this gut feeling that your actions aren't your own. There's just nothing you're doing is like alone anymore. Let's get shivered. You almost get chills down your spine thinking about it.
Virtue is just going to look in the direction Harlow went and try to act like nothing happens. Just walk that way.
Okay, make a performance check.
Yep. I'm like, okay, here we go. Oh, it's a nat 20. I'm happy.
Okay,
24.
nothing happened. Who is that guy? I don't even know who that is. So
Dude,
It was
you
Steve.
who's Steve? I don't even know who that is.
you'll be missed.
So you walk and you see Keith and Harlow sort of have their slight interaction, then both of them walk in a direction. Would you want to follow them or just leave them alone?
I would follow them, probably hanging a good, 20, 30 feet behind them, just trying not to be noticed by them as I follow.
Make a stealth check.
Yeah, here we go. Bro.
Just curious, just does it
Yeah,
make
baby.
sense for me to roll perception for that, or
Go for it.
I
Okay.
don't really care about if I see him or not, but I'm just
The 22 stealth.
it's an 11. It's fine.
Yeah,
So-
Again, I didn't really
shit.
care if I saw him or
They don't notice you, or at least it looks like they don't notice you, and you follow them to the hole. I'm assuming you don't go into the hole, but it's up to
No.
you.
No, Virtue would kind of wait outside it. It'd probably be funny for Harlow to come out and to see Virtue.
So, Harlow, you walk out the hole and you just see Virtue sitting on the ground playing with a piece of rock that fell off the wall.
just kind of like whatever direction I'm going in, because I'm still going to grunts. But before I start going, I tilt my head in that direction, kind of like that way, and then I start walking that way.
Virtue would get the hint and follow.
Okay. Well, before we get to Grunt, oh Jesus Christ. Okay, Rock Crusher.
Yeah.
So, after a minute, you wake up. There's nothing around you but more rock. But you do feel that the rock around you is moving, so it's taking you somewhere. And after about 2 minutes, you get dropped into this tiny cell that has, in fact, iron bars on it. And it's made completely out of just stone and iron, stronger materials. When you fall to the ground, immediately your arms, feet, neck, and waist and wings are melded into the ground by the rock. And you see that there are vines with thorns on them growing from the walls. And you see some random dude. He seems on the more stronger side, but he stands in front of the cell and explains to you that the vines on the wall will slowly grow, and as you get poked by them, they will slowly consume more of your blood, and you will either die by starvation, suffocation, or blood loss.
Oh.
Oh, in that case, can I just try and pull myself out? Just through sheer force of raw musculature.
Go for it. Full strength.
Could I enter a rage beforehand so I can get advantage on that?
Yes.
You're really mad.
I am pissed off. Thank you for advantage. 17 versus a 1.
So
So-
you slowly bust yourself from the ground, and this guy starts to become more on edge and tells you just pipe down, and your death will be quicker and less painful if you just let it happen.
No. Did I make any sort of progress?
Yeah, you
Mhm.
bust yourself mostly out of the rock. There's still bits that are stuck, but you could probably, with a little bit more force, get the rest of your body out.
Did they did they take my weapons from me during this, or was it just cased in stone, stuck in a wall?
Your weapons are gone.
Okay,
It's just
that
you
is
in a
not.
room.
Well, in that case, I will. Hmm. I will attempt to thaumaturgy, harmless whispers in the guard's ears of just ghostly sort of noises, just very unnerving. Sort of put him on edge a little, distract him.
Okay. He says that your sorceress magic won't work on him.
It's only vocal, so it doesn't really. It's kind of pretty subtle.
I've
Yeah, I'm trying
tried.
to make it obvious it's not me. Like, I'm trying to just put this dude off.
He does seem more on edge and is looking around, but overall his attention is still firm on you.
I'm gonna play again. Instead, this time making a sound from my choice, originating from a point within range. So I have 30 feet away, or this is like round a corner or something. How much can I see from my cell?
From your cell, you just see walls going in both directions. Or corridors going in both directions. That's weird.
So as far down one of the corridors as I can see, I don't know, maybe like a cell over or something. Within 30 feet, I'll make a very feminine sounding cry for help. Maybe a child sort of
Okay.
screaming in pain or fear.
So you make this noise of a child screaming in bloody murder and saying that it is in pain. And you do see that the guard of sorts does walk away from the cell.
At which point I will break out of my key wall and I'm going to attempt to either break open some bars or pull a lock off a cell. I'm prison breaking this shit. Or I am attempting to.
Okay. There's no lock, it's just iron bars.
Can I attempt to break them?
Sure.
Rage lasts 10 minutes. So would I still have advantage?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm pushing it a little here. 22.
That hits the iron.
Oh, we're doing like a damage thing.
Yeah, I guess we're doing it that
Okay.
way.
Okay.
If he's enraged, then it's double damage to structures, by the way.
That is a good point. Thank you very much.
Sorry, just a side note.
Actually, you're any better,
And
prick.
because I am in fact raging and using unarmed strikes, I get free attacks with my natural weapons.
Wait a second.
As a raging barbarian of the beast or whatever it's called,
When did you rage?
I raged when I was trying to break out of the stone.
Oh, then you wouldn't be able to cast anything.
Yeah, it's not casting. Oh, what for? Thaumaturgy.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Then I just get 2 attacks then.
But he is still in front of you. Because you didn't get him to go away from you.
Okay. I'll just go for it anyway. I'll break out and I'll just try and break through the bars. I can take this dude. How hard could it be? So, you want me to make 3 attacks?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. And double damage because it's a structure. 1 plus 5. So, double bad.
How much in total is that?
Second. It's 52 points of damage to the bars.
Okay. In front of him, you do in fact break the iron bars.
At which point I will attempt to non-lethally subdue this guard.
Okay.
He learned his lesson.
Well,
No, I'm just trying to be more subtle, you know. Just trying to. Do you want me to roll anything for that?
Roll strength.
Strength.
Yes.
Strength check.
Yes.
17.
Okay, you do manage to wrap your arms around and subdue this guard.
At which point I will throw him through the hole I have made in my cell.
Okay, so you start heading through the hall, and
Well, I'm gonna throw him in my cell where I was, and
yes.
then
Right.
I'm going to drop rage or stop raging or whatever. I think I can just choose to not do it.
Okay.
And then I will cast Disguise Self and make myself look exactly like that guard.
Okay. Wow, this isn't
Nope.
this isn't the first time you've broken out of a prison.
Yep, no, it's deja vu, isn't it? I've just got more. I just have more tricks now.
And it's just you this time.
Yep. One man
Not
army.
a kid anymore. Sad. Okay.
Right.
So you disguise self into this guard and then start heading in a direction.
Is there no just green exit sign?
No, there's just hallways and hallways, but there's nothing in them.
I'll go for a wander. You know, I'll take the left corridor.
Okay, and then there's a right and left.
I'll go right.
And there's a forward, left and right.
Forward.
And there's a forward and right.
I'll keep going forward.
There's a forward and left.
Left.
There's a left, right, and forward.
Forward.
And you see, after about 10 minutes, there's still just corridors and hallways. There's a left, right, and in front of you.
Have I seen anyone else, or is it just...
It's just you in corridors. You think there's someone else. You hear footsteps, but whenever you go look for it, there's nothing there.
In which case, I'll just keep wandering. I'll just press illumination it.
Okay, so while
I'll
Rockrusher keeps wandering down the halls.
I'll avoid the pathways I've taken while just trying to essentially press illumination, get my way out of there.
Okay. So
And I can
while
recast disguise self if I need to.
Rockcrusher attempts to navigate the maze of sorts, let's move back over to Harlow and Virtue.
Hello.
So, Virtue, do you follow Harlow? I forgot.
Yes, I did. But before we do anything else, while I'm following Harlow, do I still feel that looming, like I'm being watched, that I'm not doing things by myself, sort of thing?
Yes.
Okay. Well, while we're walking in that direction, Virtue's going to go up to Harlow and just tug lightly on his sleeve.
Yeah.
Virtue's just kind of gonna just look at you and then look behind and then look at you and just like they're giving you the look of there's something wrong, but they're afraid to say it.
I get it. You're worried about the fact that our friend Steve has been taken into custody.
Virtue
Well,
would
not our
shake their
friend,
head.
but our the guy that we killed that beholder thing with.
Virtue would shake their head.
Mm.
One knows Virtue doesn't care about rock crushing.
Can you use your words? Like I'm not like one of those psychics up on the surface. I can't read your mind.
Virtue just sighs, kind of just leans in and whispers, "I feel watched."
Mm. Um.
After Virtue says that he feels watched, you feel a shiver down your spine.
Me or Virtue?
You.
That's a little weird, but all right.
Just quickly, on the topic of beholders, what happened to my beholder skull? It's not on me anymore.
You have it still. It's just your weapons that are
Oh.
gone.
Took my weapon to left the 6 foot across skull.
Yeah.
Nice. Right, cool.
But yeah, I don't really. That's kind of weird, but I mean, honestly, who knows with the fact that that guy Steve decided to kill somebody. They're probably trying to keep an eye on us. Probably think we're involved with it. I didn't do anything. I don't. He's just Steve. He works in sanitation.
Right.
But I'm going to try to going to try to repair my weapon. You can come with me if you'd like. If not, you can go wherever. Just keep yourself safe.
Probably best. I don't know if I'll be able to handle if some random person decides to fight me for no reason. Leave so alone.
Yeah, Grunt might be asleep, but if not, we'll probably just end up going. If not, then that'd be nice. I can start doing some repairs on my weapon right now. Better
Yeah.
sooner than later, or better sooner than later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys, don't worry about Steve. He's gonna be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I like how Harlow does. Harlow is completely refrained from saying Rock. He says Steve.
It's not going to be his permanent nickname, even out of the underground.
It's
It's
not
going to
gonna
be
be just
Steve.
Steve that's getting his ass whooped after this fucking session, I'll tell you that. Mm.
But
Okay.
Nefarious.
Are you headed towards the marketplace or like the housing areas? Or somewhere else?
Marketplace.
Okay.
Oh, also, just a little fun thing. If the eyes that we got from the beholder have tentacles still attached to them, can Harlow just be like twirling it around?
Sure. Okay, can both of you flat D20?
Mhm.
God damn it. I should turn on. I want to turn on my light. I can't see.
15.
4.
Okay, you head to the marketplace. There's less people than there's before, either from the fact it's night or something just happened, but there's barely anyone in the marketplace, which isn't a usual sight to see. Most of the shops aren't open, but some people still try and enter anyways. There's still a fair few of fights, but they're being a lot more careful than they were during the day. And you head over to Grunt's little shack that he has.
I'm not gonna give it a heavy knock, by the way. I'm giving it like a light knock, so like if he's like loud enough that if he was awake, he would hear it, but light enough that if he is asleep, then it's not gonna wake him up.
Okay, we care about Grunt. It's okay.
Yeah, Grunt's a cool guy. He hasn't pissed me off yet, so
Nice.
all he does is
You
grunt, so words can't hurt me.
you knock and you see you hear a loud grunt from inside.
I'm assuming that means come in. Because there's two very polar opposite meanings of just that grunt, and it's either come in or fuck off. But I'm gonna assume that it's the one that I want, so I'm gonna walk in.
Okay.
Virtue would slowly peek in after Harlow.
You see that Grunt is sort of punching a rock in the corner, but he grunts again when you enter. And then he looks up at you.
I was told that Keith told me that you could help me, or like takes his axe off his back. It's like that you could give me this, or not give me the stuff, but help me out with repairing this.
He grunts and then outstretches his hand towards you.
Like two hands, or just like
Yes,
like
both
basically like
hands.
asking for the axe. Okay, I like put the axe in his hands, just like be careful with it.
He grunts again and walks into a back room of his tiny shack. You hear a lot of noises. None of them are grunts, but you hear a lot of banging and more banging and a lot of banging. And then after like not that much time, but still about maybe 10 minutes, he comes back with your axe in his hands, and you see that it's a lot more put together than before. It has a fancy
No
new
rest.
handle on it, and it's sharpened more. It still needs a bit of handiwork, but it is in shape to be used again.
Yeah, as in a new handle, as in my tally marks are gone.
No, it's a tiny little flare at the very bottom of the axe. The
Okay,
tally axe is still there.
all right. I wasn't too worried about it. I was just gonna ask him for the old handle if that was the case. But
It's okay.
thank you. I guess, do you want some kind of payment for it, or
He grunts and outstretches his hand.
I like give him another piece of gold?
Okay. He takes your gold and then starts punching the rock again.
All right, we can leave now.
Right.
Looking to Virtue.
And Virtue just was the whole time just awkwardly standing in a corner.
Jeez. All right. But I guess I open the door and like wait for them to exit,
Virtue would exit once they realized you were holding the door open for them.
and then
Jesus
we're going to
Christ.
proceed to we're gonna go to Pipes, and we're going to bed.
Okay, I guess we'll get that over with quicker before we go back to whatever hell's going on here. Anyways, so you head back to the housing area, back to Harlow's room, I'm guessing. And you see that on top of your bed, quote unquote, there's a drawing of Harlow with pipe over his shoulder on it, and it has Otto's initials in the corner.
That's all right then. I guess a pleasant but not pleasant surprise.
She would walk up and go like just pat you on the back, lightly.
I'm gonna kind of like go and pick it up and like he kind of like reaches underneath his bed and like kind of like pulls out like a really small hammer and like a nail and like puts it up on his wall.
Adorable.
And then I guess the only thing Harlow, do you know what I'm gonna have Harlow do before he goes to bed? Actually, I'm gonna have him go and like pull out another weapon and use it as a mirror, kind of, and like he's gonna like shave his face a little bit with his axe.
It's getting a bit unkept there, so. Okay.
So there's only one bed in this room, correct?
Oh no. Yes, it is.
I guess
Guess we have to share
mean-
beds.
Nope. Or
Oh,
Virtue
no,
could
not
just go
like-
and
not like
meditate in a corner.
I
Seeing
was gonna
that
say,
Alice
not
can
like
do that.
anybody in the party's done that before.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm just
That's
waiting because I
I'm
know
gonna-
Claire is just gonna be like, oh yeah, Pipes walks in, and I'm gonna be like, oh, here we go again. Here it goes again.
Virtue, are you gonna sleep with Harlow?
If he offers,
Harlow, do you want
Although
Virtue to
Harlow-
sleep with you?
Harlow doesn't offer it. Harlow doesn't offer it. But leaves a spot open on the bed. He kind of like curls up
Okay.
against the wall.
Virtue, Harlow was offered a spot with non-verbal cues. Are you going to take it?
if it was offered, then I guess.
Jesus Christ. This is like
God.
an awkward dating
You're just
sim.
dodging around the corner and get it over with. No, I'm kidding.
Okay. So, Virtue meditates. Harlow sleeps. Virtue, you know what happens now. I'm not going to describe it. Anyways, my dearest pal Rock Crusher. Best buddy, best friend, best pal, chum, little piece of fucking shit. So you keep walking and walking until you see a hole in the ground.
I'll have a look down the hole.
It's another slide.
I will make a mental note of there being a hole there. And I will continue to keep on having a look for an actual exit.
Okay. So you keep walking, trying not to trace yourself, and you see a hole in the ground and a hole in the ceiling.
Sure will fish into his pouch, pick out that copper he stole from the guy that got beaten up. And we'll do a heads or tails, where he goes for a hole in the ceiling or a hole in the floor.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Leave
roll
it
a
up to
d20.
fate.
1 through 10. Is that right? 1 through 10 would be one thing, and then No.
Sounds good.
Or,
Or I
I don't
can
know.
flip a
you
real
could go-
coin for you.
or
I
you
have
could
a
do
coin on
even or
me.
odd.
I don't know. Let's find out. Oh. Alright, hold the ground.
Time to go down another slide.
Whee!
Rock Crusher goes down the slide, has a bit of fun on his way down. There are a lot of twists and turns. You almost run into a wall, but it gives a sharp turn down. And you give me a second. I haven't opened this sheet up in a while. Okay. You fall back into the hole where the beholder was. And you take 7 bludgeoning damage if you don't fly. 30-foot drop.
Oof, ow.
Ouchies. Back in the hole.
Oh, so I will go to the circle and I will take my way back to the surface.
You sit there.
Nothing
Happens.
happens.
Do you remember
You
what
say.
happened to get the
Oh, yeah.
hole to start going up?
Okay. I'll recast Disguise Self if I need to. When the hour starts to come to a close.
What did Kasuka do to start the circle elevating?
Oh. What did Casca do to start the elevator?
That's a good question.
Could I make a roll to potentially remember?
Bastard. Roll history, I guess. Cheating the system like that.
I mean, I don't remember, but Rock Crusher might remember. 14?
You remember that Kazuka barked twice.
I will use thaumaturgy to perfectly mimic the sound of a dog barking twice.
Okay. I forgot to mention this before, but Tiamat is also not with you.
Those bastards.
Stole your cat. Damn.
Not the cat.
Claire, if there wasn't going to be a bloodbath, there is going to be now. Okay.
Okay.
I hope you're glad.
Sounds good.
They put him at
They
pound.
took the fucking cat. Okay.
Alright, you make a sound of barking twice, and it starts to rise again. And it pops you out right back out of that hole from before, and conveniently, because I said so, Harlow and Virtue, you walk right past it.
I don't look like Rock Crusher though. I'm just a regular prison
what?
guard looking dude.
You see a dude pop right out of the hole that you guys did before.
Where is this timeline?
It's just the timeline. It's just time's convoluted.
Yeah, like did we go
time's
back?
Time's a stoop.
Did we go back in time real quick?
No.
Oh.
You're
Wait.
walking. I guess it would be back in time. Go for it.
Yeah, because we're asleep.
You go. Yes, back in time for a little bit. You walk by it, don't take any notice, and keep going. But that did happen.
Okay.
I've seen you guys. You haven't seen me.
Yes. Rock Crusher, you start hearing the noises of a cat meowing to the left of you.
I turn around and see if it's my cat.
You don't see cat, but you sure as hell hear a meow down the corridor.
Would I recognize Tiamat's meowing? She is in fact my cat.
You know what? You've just been so connected emotionally with this cat that you would indeed recognize this to be your cat. It's meowing.
I am beelining it for that cat.
So you begin to run towards the sound of the cat.
Not quite running, very, very quick walking. Almost nearly running.
Very brisk walk. Almost a skip to get to this cat quicker.
Almost.
And you see a group of people surrounding the cat trying to pet it. Because they're like, oh, I haven't seen one in such a long time, and it's so cute. But Tiamat isn't having it.
It's on the side. Pest control. Unauthorized cat. Have to check for diseases. This cat has AIDS.
Roll persuasion. Cat has AIDS, I guess.
I'm sorry. I was trying to stay quiet, but I couldn't.
That's a 17.
I had to
Okay.
mute.
15 plus 2.
The three dudes look at each other like, oh yeah, that seems like whatever. And they just start walking away.
This cat does have AIDS. Cat makes it important.
I mean, I have it too. Maybe I gave it to the cat or something.
Oh god.
So you walk up to Tiamat and he starts to run away from you. He's hissing at you.
She starts to run away. Don't misgender my cat.
Sorry, you said he before.
I did not.
She starts to hiss at you.
I'll just
Animal handling.
No advantage because it's still technically my cat and I still smell like me. I just
You know what
look at this.
you know what you've put me through? No advantage. Fuck you, bro.
Fair enough.
No hard, all good things, but fuck.
Yeah. That's a 4.
Damn. Tiamat slices your hand. Or takes a whiff at your hand and just slices it a bit.
Ouchie.
You smelly.
I'll drop this guy. Is there anyone around Winterville sort of backed off because the cat has AIDS?
They've backed up, but they're still looking at you. Seeing how creative you can become.
Well, we get my little bag of meat out. And just sort of, Tim, it's me.
Okay, roll animal handling again with advantage. Wow. It's not hard to persuade a cat if you have meat, so it starts to sniff you a bit more, and eventually, Tiamat does sort of lean against you and then just start crawling up your body again to get on your shoulder like a parrot.
As it attempts to climb onto me, I will grab her just in my hands, because if it attempts to climb, people would be like, why is that cat floating like 2 feet away from that guy's shoulders?
So you hold Tiamat in your hands.
You know, doing that thing where you just sort of hold them under their arms and they kind of like do the stretchy thing.
Yes. What are you gonna do now? You have your cat back. People are still looking at you, but what are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna walk away. Head towards town centre.
Okay.
Sort of just look around. See what's what.
You see that there are a lot more stronger dudes around. And you also see this dude. He's very tall. He's decently built. I have to describe that with everyone. He has long black hair with very pale skin. He is looking down at a few pieces of paper and he's just talking to himself. And I am going to DM you something.
That's a doozy. I make a fast 180 and just walk away. Walk away.
Okay. Where are you headed towards?
Not where that guy is.
Alright. He is walking away from town hall. He went through it and went out the other side. So I guess you just walk the other way.
Yeah, I'll sort of just, I don't know, find a quiet corner maybe. Somewhere like sort of a little back alley. Like a dumpster, little tent, something like that. Just have a nap.
Okay. So you try and find a more secluded area, and you do find this like back-ish part where there isn't anyone around. You make sure no one's watching, and then you just hit the hay and snooze for a bit. Okay. Rock Crusher, are you trying to do a short or a long rest?
I'll aim for a long.
Okay. So all of you go to teepee sleepy times.
Sleepy, snoozy. Is it an
So I'm
uninterrupted
gonna.
long rest?
For you, let's see about that. Yes, it is uninterrupted.
Sweet. Ironically, though, that did reduce my hit points.
Oh, how sad. So all of you wake up to the sound of a bell chiming throughout all of the underground. I guess we will go to Harlow and Virtue first. You hear the bell, and then almost immediately you hear the screaming sounds of Pipe telling everyone to wake the fuck up.
Harlow like turns over a little bit because he was probably facing the wall. Is just like, let me sleep, old man.
Wake up! Dust bowl in one day!
While you two are yelling, you see Virtue straight up, like from a laying down position to just up. They're in a bit of a cold sweat. They look dressed.
As
They
always.
look at they look at you, and then they just lay back down and hold their head.
Alright. As Harlow's like getting up out of bed, like still tired, but forcing himself to get up. He's like, "Are you okay? Seems stressed."
But I don't want to speak of it.
All right, you don't have to. Just I'm here if you need to talk to somebody. And Harlow gets up and starts wailing on his punching bag.
First, most of the time was just laying there, uh, kind of just staring at the ceiling in thought.
Harlow's like trying to hit the punching bag as long as he can until until the pain of it is literally unbearable.
Itchy.
You hear a knocking on the wall. Pipe walks in without you saying anything. Hey, you sons of bitches, you ready?
For
What do you think I'm saying? Oh,
the
that time
Dusk
outside
Bowl.
has changed you, my man.
Yeah. A breather's good. It was nice, but you miss the good things. Whenever you're up there.
That is a bunch of sappy shit I don't care about. Pardon my language, sorry kids. So, you better go make sure you're signed up with the arena master and start your training. We got things to do.
Just let me wail on this. Let me wail on the punching bag for a bit, and I'll head out.
If you're gonna win, take old Uncle Pipe's advice. Start as soon as you can with the big stuff. You, out of all people, should know that. I've taught you since very little to know that.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, I guess.
Hey, you! Press looking bitch. Press little thing. Have you signed up to see the Dust Bowl yet?
Me?
Yeah, you.
No.
Oh my god. Are you gonna go see it?
Frankly, I only heard of the Dust Bowl because of Harlow. But
Well,
sure.
good. Because you get to see my old boy's fullest potential down on that arena field.
Mm-hmm.
So, you better make sure you go and talk to the old arena master Taco. And make sure not to call him Taco. Gets angry.
Is there a fine? Or
Find it. Where have you been? No, just gotta go sign up.
what? Okay.
You just got to sign up to watch it.
Exactly. Imagine a fine to go watch something.
Yeah.
Now it is on the surface.
Even though between you and me, Pipe, the show that I'm gonna put on is gonna be worth something at least.
My eyes are gonna be gold after what I see, I promise that.
Virtue, you ready to head out?
Sure.
All right. We'll get going then, and we're gonna, or I guess, if Virtue's just following Harlow, Harlow's walking out and towards the Dusk Bowl.
It takes a few seconds, but yeah, Virtue eventually is trailing behind you.
Virtue, before you leave Harlow's room, Pipe just outstretches a hand and kind of blocks your path a little bit.
Virtue
Yeah.
blankly looked down at Pipes.
It's been a while since I've had to comfort someone for something like this, but I can tell something is wrong.
Yes?
Well, we haven't known each other long, but I've been dealing with this stuff since I was around 100. You could always tell me anything. You could tell Uncle Pipe anything.
Virtue kind of just looks out towards the tunnel and looks down back at him, and he's just like, there's a lot going on. It'd be hard to pinpoint one thing. One of the more recent ones that the last party member, you may remember them, this shorter one.
Sweetie, you gotta talk louder. I cannot hear you with this. I think
Sorry.
my ears are aging.
Sorry, you remember the shorter satyr we had with us?
Oh yeah, the one that I predicted ain't gonna last long.
Yeah, they didn't.
Oh, my gods. I cursed y'all. Well, I'm sorry for your loss, but if there's one thing you're gonna have to learn is that anyone can die down here, no matter why or how.
Yes.
I guess it only took an example of that to figure that out for yourself, but just know that you can always come to Uncle Pop or even Harlow, I guess, to protect you. I guess he's somewhat good at fighting. I wonder he got it from.
You seem like a good man. Thank you.
I try.
I'll see you later.
Mm-hmm. I better see you at the Dusk Bowl.
Don't worry. And
Just
Virtue
don't
then
worry.
if Pipes let them go.
He does.
Okay. Yeah, I'm about to say, you still hold me captive? Okay, and Virtue follows.
Harlow's heading to the Dusk Bowl.
Okay, Rock Crusher. You wake up as yourself again, huddling to your man after being very upset he was gone for an hour.
Have I seen anything about this Dust Bowl thing? Does it look like there's a lot of people heading in a certain direction? Is there a hubbub about the town?
Yeah, you can see that there are a lot of people, just people talking about it. And like you can get from context clues of like people saying like, "Hey, have you signed up for it yet? Make sure to go do that." And, like, you know where it is, right? And then just explaining something, vicariously getting all of the information that you need to know that the person you saw before is the arena master Taco, and you need to go to him to sign up for this Dusk Bowl thing or just to watch it.
I will disguise self, and I will adopt the form of my very suavely dressed, tall, broad-shouldered human male with a goatee and a mustache,
Nice.
and will make my way to town, and I will attempt to very gingerly find this town. So I've heard Harlow mention that he was partaking in the Blood Bowl before.
Would you have told Rock Crusher about it?
Mentioned Blood Bowl.
It probably mentioned, but not in detail. Probably just the general idea that it existed, and that it was here, but he wasn't really around us for too
Much.
long before he, got
Something happened. So you know that it existed.
Okay. Well, actually before all of that, I want to get my shit back. Do I know if there's like a police station sort of thing? Like a jail where they might keep confiscated items.
You don't know of a place, no.
Could I ask someone?
Yes.
I will ask someone.
Okay, you go to a random person and ask them what exactly?
Sorry, I'm new in these parts. Would you be able to direct me to a guard outpost somewhere where there might be, where I could make a report? I recently had my coin purse stolen, and looking to go through the proper channels to.
You this person looks high as shit. You can tell pretty obviously, and he just kind of points in a direction without saying anything. And after a bit he just says, "Man, go like taco or some shit. I don't know what's going on."
Yeah, great.
Either that or honey with bullshit. I don't want you to talk to that bastard. He's a bitch.
Could do that. Try and find taco, or whatever he's called, taco.
Okay, so Harlow, where were you headed?
Duskbowl.
Oh, right. Okay. So, Rod Crusher, you see Harlow and Virtue headed with a good amount of people in just straight down a hallway, and most of the people that are talking about the Dusk Bowl are right there, including Harlow and Virtue, who aren't talking about the Dusk Bowl, but are going the same direction.
I'll keep maybe 10, 15 feet back from with Virtue.
Can I notice him?
I mean, you guys have seen me looking like this before.
I know. I'm just saying, like, are you trying to be stealthy? If so, can I
I
roll?
mean, not particularly. I'm just
What's your
being.
passive perception?
I gotta look at that. 17.
I don't know Harlow's off memory.
Yeah, you can tell this dude
Probably
is
not
behind
great.
you.
Can I recognize this as the man Rock Crusher always turns?
Yes.
Virtue starts to slow down, kind of like trailing further and further behind Harlow. Try and match this fine man's speed. Are you going to try to evade me at all, or are you letting this happen?
No. I'm just do that sort of talky thing where you don't look at the person you're talking to.
Okay.
Sort of just. Yep. Hey, how you doing?
Would be better.
Yeah, I feel that.
What should I call you now?
Steve.
Not Steve. Not Steve. Just a rocky man.
What'd you say? You kind of glitched out.
Will do.
Rock?
Yeah.
Alright, Rock. Where are you heading?
Well, I was gonna try and get my shit back.
Oh.
You know, downside to being arrested is they kind of steal your shit. Then I was gonna sign up for the Blood Bowl. Or Dust Bowl, whatever it's called.
A hollow sign.
Oh, cool. Do they do like team fights?
No, it's, from what I know, one-on-one. I think it's to the death? Or at least until someone is down. I don't know if you'd want to get into that
Is
fight.
it like rounds? Is that like, or is it just like a melee? Is it just
You might want to ask Carlo. I don't know too much on the subject.
in case you haven't noticed, I'm kind of keeping a little bit of a low profile. But, once I've got my shit back, I can keep a high profile.
Yeah. They might not be the best to make yourself high profile, seeing that you've got
Yes,
that
wanted criminal. Yes, but you see,
yeah.
the thing about doing like combat rituals, like a Dust Bowl, is that people sort of like you if you're really good at it. And
Yes,
if you have you seen the classic film Gladiator?
a film?
I don't know what a film is, but picture show.
A
You
play.
know,
What?
guy was technically an outlaw, but he was really good at killing people. So the people really liked him. And so when the person in power tried to kill him, the person who was literally the emperor died.
Is this something you learned from your business?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, my sabbatical.
Ah,
I'm thinking the same sort of way. Trial by combat. Give the
okay.
people what they want.
I'd say talk to Hollow, about this. Just so he's on board. Please, we don't need any more casualties. Not down here.
But I'm going ahead of myself. I do need my shit back first.
Yes,
And I was kind of hoping you could give me a maybe, please. You're pretty sneaky, right? You're pretty good at that kind of stuff.
How about we go over? I promised both Hollow and his father the pipes that I would sign up to watch. Once I do that, then I can help you get your shit back, and then you can go and join it if Harlow doesn't convince you out of it. And then, boom, well done. Okay?
Sounds like a plan.
Alright. Come on.
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, you go. You end up in a long line of people all going towards the arena master, who's sitting at a desk made out of rock, but it seems fairly comfortable, right next to the entrance to the Dusk Bowl, though there is nothing that shows you what it looks like on the outside. And after a very long queue of people, you eventually make it up to Taco.
Is that with Harlow?
Harley, were you gonna go talk to him, or are you just going to the area?
Going to him. I'm like, because Harlow's probably not paying too much attention, but probably assumes that Virtue is at least following him.
Okay. Virtue, did you hang
Oh,
back with Rock or when up
Virtue
to
would have catched up to Harlow after there was the let's go.
Okay. So both of you go up there together.
I'll just
Welcome
sort of
back.
hang behind them.
I was just here, first of all.
Mm.
First things first, may as well get it out of the way. This
Right.
one, over to Virtue, would like to participate in watching the Dusk Bowl.
Right, give me a name and a description.
My name is Virtue. And by description, you mean how I look?
Yeah.
Moon elf, blue hair, white streak,
All right.
mask.
All right, sounds good. Anything else?
That's for me.
Could you refresh me on like my memory? Like, where is sorry, it's been a quick minute since I've been down here. You know this, but
Of course.
it slips my mind where where we go to like train and all that. Sorry, it's just
My gods, how did you forget?
it's been 3 years. Okay, like it's been a while.
Hey, how long have you been doing the Dust Bowl? It'd be better if you'd remembered it, at least a little bit. Fine.
Man.
I'll refresh your memory just a little bit. You, of course, can't forget that there's plenty of places around. Some people make their own in empty spots. They have a training ground specifically for different parts of your workout. Sometimes people do fake Dust Bowl battles in some of them, depending on how big or small they are. You just gotta go find one.
All right. Thank you. I just needed that little refresher in my mind.
Well, if you need that
That'll
many
be all, I
refreshers,
think.
then best of luck during the actual Dust Bowl. Well, if you remember at least what the rules are.
Oh no, I remember the rules. Those get ingrained into your head pretty quick. But if like looking over to Virtue, if that's all, like looking over to them, seeing if they need anything from, like, need to ask anything at all, or
Virtue isn't doing anything.
yeah, I guess that's all then. So I'll be on my
Alright.
way then.
Have a good training session.
I'll see you tomorrow.
See you then.
I will, once they've done, I'll head up.
Hi, how can I help you?
Yes, I would participate in your Dusk Bowl.
Really? Someone like you?
Yes, yes. I'm quite proficient with the sword.
Well, you do know that no
Many a
magic is
year.
involved, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah, arcane was never for me. I was much more of a swashbuckler myself in my younger days. Thought I'd try my hand.
Right. Give me a name.
Irax will do.
Hyrax.
Yeah.
Alright, is that all you need from me?
Yeah, one other thing, though. Clumsy old me, you know how things get. I've sort of misplaced my weapon. I wouldn't suppose you had any sort of things for sale from confiscated goods, like a bin sort of thing.
Well, none for the
Like a storage bin kind of thing,
Class C or
So,
D folks like you. Well, that is if you are one. Pardon me for assuming, but unless it is purposely taken away by someone of higher power, then you probably just lost it, and it ain't coming back to you.
oh no, I just sort of lost it. I was just wondering if I could just sort of buy a different one. Like an impounded sort of, I don't know,
I mean,
an
there are
impounded
marketplaces.
horse
There are plenty of
kind of deal,
marketplaces.
I suppose. Do you know where the sort of guards operate out of?
Why do you want to know?
I misplaced my sword. I was wondering if some discerning citizen might have turned it into the guards.
Well, I hate to tell you, but if you lost a sword of any sort of power, then it is gone. You see,
I would
in
still
the
like to
underground, it
know
doesn't
where the
really work
guards.
out that way. Well, if you really want to know, then just ask one roaming around. Or even,
I tried that. The person was clearly zonked out of their mind. So if you could tell me, then I will be on my way, sir.
there isn't a specific location. They kind of just come out of the walls. But if you give me a description of this weapon of yours, I can look for it myself.
It's a sword.
Right, very, very descriptive. Any features? Anything distinguishing them from any other? What type of weapon is it?
Not particular. Well, thank you very much for your time, sir. I will be on.
Sure, have a nice training session.
Son of a bitch.
Alright. Um,
I'm gonna find the nearest guard I can. Just someone who looks official.
You look over and see a Henny Q walking down the hall.
Is still in view of Taco Tuesdays.
What?
Taco Tuesday.
Still in view of Arena Master Taco Tuesday.
He's sitting, you chilling.
Is it in view of?
Yes. It's like you just walked away and you see him coming down a hallway.
Mm. Mr. Q, I'd have a word. I'm sorry, you don't know me. I know you. Big fan of your work. Some of your forays into the arcane are outstanding. I'm reason to believe one of my employees, one of my charges, Steve, was recently involved in a scuffle.
Right, Steve has broken the rules.
Yes, so I was very disappointed in him. But his armaments and any sort of equipment he had on him was on loan from my family and company, and I'd very much like them returned to me. I care not what happens to him. He broke the law and shall pay the price for it, but I would like my stuff back.
Roll persuasion.
Good lie, though. That's a really good lie.
I am very blind, but whether persuasion or deception.
Persuasion.
Yeah, they're both the same. 15?
Henny looks you up and down.
I would be willing to pay a release fee for these items, of course.
How
I know
about
bureaucracy is difficult.
you stay here? I will go and possibly come back with stuff for you.
That would be most amenable, of course. Excellent.
Yes.
Just here? Here's fine. Yes.
I don't care.
Okay, I will wait right here for you, sir. I thank you very much for your time.
Just remember, if you do anything, there are eyes all over you.
Wouldn't dream of it, sir. You must understand, profits are very important. We put quite a bit of money into that man. It's such a sad time to see him disappointed like this.
Just remember, you know how I'm one with arcane magic? That also means I can sense it. I don't think Spine would like this very much. And he starts to walk away. He walks directly into a wall again, just like Kasuka did.
Definitely not more. Braces knows what an idiot. Was
Did
that
I
like
see this?
I got the sense that he was calling my bullshit?
You got the sense that he is a wizard or a powerful spellcaster that can sense magic somehow.
Sensing magic is not the same as seeing through illusions.
Well, you can take that however you want to take that.
I will continue to wait there in the hope that my bullshit
Did
might work.
I see this bullshitting happen?
No.
We weren't in. I was just saying in view since I was going to help Rock Crusher after.
Oh, right. I guess you would see him talking to Henny.
First, she would stay back, wait until Henny walked through a wall, make sure Harlow wasn't going to try and do it again. Then, first she would walk up beside Rock and look at him and just be like, "So, result?"
You think he might have called my bullshit?
Mm.
But if that happens, then things get a little fuzzy.
Yes.
I mean, I say fuzzy, I mean hairy. Things get pretty hairy for them.
Yes.
If not, then all is good, and I can redeem myself through glorious combat.
You.
Or I'll have to
Yes.
flee, and I'll meet you guys outside if this goes to shit.
I'd say before you bask in glory, you find out the route to the well.
We know
That's
where that
my
is.
advice.
I can fly. It's not difficult to find. Just one end of the cave.
So, if you know a general direction, it's better aimlessly going around. Pipe
Sorry,
down
I can't.
about.
You keep on cutting out.
Oops, sorry. What I said was it is better that you know the general direction and have a path in mind rather than go sort of aimlessly going around, and to pipe down about the not so rock talk.
Oh, Amazon Rock. Be gone from me, wench.
Because you know what?
It's just posturing. Don't worry about it. It's something posh people say every now and then.
What did you call me?
Fucking British person. That's the worst thing you've done this session.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Okay.
Is
what
it
did
really
you call
worth?
me? What did you call me?
Dropped the wench. The wench bomb.
Fucking British. Oh my god, yes. Anyways,
Okay.
so Rock goes on a bit of a rant. And Henny walks out with only a great axe that does look like yours, and it has a piece of paper wrapped around it. And he just drops it at your feet and just starts walking away.
Richie just looks at Rock. You live?
Sorry, cut out a little bit.
Zoned out.
I was like, Mike was doing my song to a little funky shit.
Ah.
So he's just dropped my axe at my feet, right?
Yes,
With
it
a
has
piece
a
of
letter
paper
wrapped
attached.
around it.
Thank you. Thank you for your time, sir. Well, so
The piece of paper says, "You Just you, Harlow, Virtue, his room, 2 days.
He knew about my bullshit.
Ooh. Might
Oh,
want
well,
to might
we
want
got
to
him.
read that.
Yeah,
Huh.
oh, Harlow. Right. What? Good.
You're cutting out.
Am I coming out again?
Yeah, a lot. Here you go.
I hate this mic.
Whoa, yes. Hello.
Where the fuck has that been the whole time?
That's all better.
Loud as hell.
Yeah, it is loud. We can hear you pretty clear.
Good? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's fine. Harlow.
Yep. Do I remember the general direction where this hollow Harlow maybe.
It's Hollow. I don't know who this man is. That's like my evil twin.
Harlow.
Actually, sorry. That's my good version of me. Sorry, I am the evil twin.
It's the non-evil twin.
There you go.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's your echo. It's hollow and Harlow.
Before we get to Harlow, I will be right back.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I got my axe back. All was good. All is
I
right with the
feared my
world.
life. Yes, all is right in the world except for the fact that we have to stay here for 2 more days.
What's wrong
Yeah,
with Harlow's home? What's wrong? What's wrong with it?
I don't
Yeah.
like it. It's scary.
I mean, do we have to stay here for 2 more days, or could we just leave?
I mean, we
No.
they might come after us though. That wouldn't be fun.
I want to kill him. He got off and killed.
Nah, Harlow and Rock need to lead the revolution.
Oh yeah,
Damn.
I'm gonna kill.
Out of character. I'm so excited for that to happen.
I'm gonna kill Henny Q and he's gonna die screaming.
Yes. Yeah, I that's the only thing. I still need to kill that guy.
It is
Ugh.
his and his fault alone that Otto died in the manner that they did. And for that he is going to suffer.
Yup.
I'm gonna be honest. Rock is actually loud enough that I'm actually gonna turn his volume down a bit.
Yeah, I actually have to turn you down. Oh my god.
I changed mics, so it's
Jesus Christ.
its sensitivity is
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Okay. Okay, where the fuck was I? Harlow, where are you going, buddy?
Wherever the place that I used to train the most at, probably. I don't know where that
Great.
would be. I'll leave that up to you.
Where's Harlow?
You thanks for that. You used to train. You know, do you find yourself as more of an extroverted or an introverted person, Harlow? Just a question.
I see him liking to be in an area with a lot of people, but not saying much to people, more or less as a flex of how much stronger he is than them.
So quirky and diverse. So you go to a big training site area, which is close to the marketplace, and it has a bunch of people with equipment made out of rocks and such. And there are plenty of people there training or just talking or all of the above. And that's the general place you would go. And Virtue, you did see him head in that direction, but you don't know where he exactly is.
Okay, then I will begin to lead Rock in that direction loosely. Whoa. Why are you so quiet now? What happened?
No.
I'm turning you up to 200 now. Please don't switch mics. You're gonna blow up my ears. Worse.
No,
Got
we can. Yeah,
quieter.
we can.
You
Rock Crusher
sound
got
like
let.
you sound like you're so far away.
I fucking
No,
hate this.
no.
I am.
Ah!
No, canonically, Henny just casted enlarge / reduce in a half his size, so he'd be speaking quieter.
My apple head's here because holy shit, this is annoying.
Okay. So Virtue is going to lead Rock loosely in that direction, wherever that may be. Kind of looking around, just like either looking for a bar or something that looks like people would get into fights at, because it's normally where Harlow.
Right.
Normally, if there is punching
that
or if there's
joke's on you.
drinks.
That's everywhere here. Joke's on you. That's everywhere.
Actually, they said there wasn't much of a bar, so.
Speaking of punching, roll a flat d20, both of you.
God damn it!
Oh, also, Claire, can I?
Yeah.
Can I? Side note, real quick.
What?
Can like whenever Harlow gets there, if they have like any kind of punching bag, can I attempt to punch through the punching bag?
Yeah, okay. I mean, that shit has like gravel and whatnot. And it's kind of like
Yeah,
punching a
exactly.
wall, but
It'll be fine. Harlow's probably broken his fist worse than that.
what did you roll?
Or
9.
That's close, but it doesn't hit the target. You start heading in the direction of more destruction than there usually is.
Ooh.
Make an investigation check to find the blue orc.
investigation check to find the blue orc. Okay. What's her
I will assist Virtue on this so that she gains
Wow.
advantage.
Oh wow!
With
Thank you so
advantage.
much. I really needed that advantage. Thank you. That was between a nat 1 and an 18.
Wow.
Happy to
Like,
help. Please do
you
help.
What the
saved me.
fuck?
With
Okay.
investigation of my intelligence, which is a +4, so that would be 22.
You look into different areas trying to find Harlow, and you see a blue orc trying to punch through a punching bag, quote unquote.
There he is.
He like hits it as hard as he can, and he like holds his hand for a second. Damn. And then he like readies again, and then proceeds to punch it with the same hand again.
Oh. Virtue is going to go in wherever this place is, leaving a crusher alone. Kind of like go up to him, but not in any melee range, like 10 feet away from Harlow. Just kind of like looking, wincing whenever he hit it, and looked at his hand like, God damn it, bitch! Kind of waiting to either be noticed or for you to break your hand.
Harlow's focused. Harlow's focused right now.
Like either break your hand or be noticed. Either way.
But like slowly as he's hitting it more and more, just like stops reacting as much. He's just like, no, I gotta look strong. He doesn't say that, but he's just thinking it.
Like that rock song. Like the rock song.
So unless you're saying something to him, he's not noticing you.
Well, I said I was either gonna wait for you to notice me or for you to break your hand.
Just gonna.
No, I got tough bones.
Is it like a training arena sort of thing, like a pit? Like a...
That's kind of what this place is like. There are some parts that are kind of like indented in the floor that have this sort of circle thing that people are training with each other and fighting each other. And then there are other equipment attempted that is made out of rocks and stones. So this is like a pretty decently sized training area, quote unquote.
Okay. I'll just sort of find a corner, size up the competition.
Okay. Make an insight check.
Insight. Ooh.
Somebody rolling insight other than virtue. Oh my god.
That is a natural one.
Oh.
Some look beefy, some look skinny.
What?
I got this.
Virtue's
Rock
help on
Crusher
that
says to
one.
himself. This should be easy, he says.
Yes. Anyway, Rockcrusher very confident in himself. He's getting hyped up by his cat, and only his cat.
I love it.
Can I like
Let
cut a bit of
yourself
fabric out and make a cloak for Tiamat?
Gotta disguise it.
Just like a little
Cheaper.
rag.
Mm-hmm.
It's not very good. I'll get her a better one when we've got some money.
Wait, what?
It's a
I
shitty
missed
cloak for
whatever
the cat.
happened. Oh.
Yeah, I made a little cloak for Tiamat. But I'll get her a better one when we've gone somewhere a bit nicer.
How is Harlow's journey with trying to punch a hole into this punching bag going so far? I'm invested.
Do you want a strength roll?
Sure.
Right.
How durable are your bones?
How durable are my bones?
You get a 1, your hand shatters.
You break your hand.
That is one of my times to get one of those up. That's a natural 20 plus 5, if that matters.
So you just keep going at this bag. You slowly just aren't even thinking about your bones in your fist. You aren't thinking about it. You just want to punch this bag. And you rip off some of the leather that are holding in all of the gravel, and it slowly becomes weaker and weaker until you're just punching leather with nothing inside of it.
Harlow goes to a different punching bag and starts hitting it.
Okay.
Virtue just lightly clapping in the background.
Roll strength with disadvantage.
Because of my broken fist. 19.
Okay, it takes a little bit longer to break through this bag. You don't get all of the gravel out of it. It does start to tear on one side, but most of the gravel still stays in it, sadly.
Harlow gets like a nice sweat going on.
Mm-hmm.
Virtue getting their medical supplies ready.
Just imagining the bag is Henny's face.
That's a good training tactic. Harlow, mid-swing, you feel a shiver down your spine again, and you miss one of the punches, but you try and cool it off and keep going at it.
Speaking of that, have I still been feeling that?
Not as much. You still feel it.
Okay.
Harlow somewhat like he stops hitting the bag for a second and like puts both of his hands on his back and like tries to like crack it. He's like trying to crack his back as like as well as he can. Like, God damn, why do I keep getting chills in my spine? This
Is Harlow's hands looking? I'm curious.
He got blood going on.
Alright,
His fists are bloody, but he ain't stopping.
Alright, yep, I know what I'm gonna be doing after he's done. Freaking bandaging his hands out.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
So let's assume you just train for however long you want to. Rock Crusher, I'm just gonna say it'd be funny if you started training with like Tiamat being your spotter with like pull up. Your cat is training with you.
Yeah, the cat is.
Cat's doing push-ups.
Yes,
Mhm.
she is
Yeah.
getting. It's
You use Tiamat as a weight while doing push-ups.
yeah.
She's on your back. She's on your back as you're doing push-ups.
But after a while of like punching a bag, he'll probably go and like sit down, and he's gonna like take out his axe and start working on that. But
Okay.
at that point, he'd probably finally notice Virtue. Be like, oh, when did you get here?
How long has he been training
An hour.
since I got here? An hour?
I'll
Virtue
recast.
just looks at Harlow, just like an hour.
Oh,
I'll recast disguise self.
Okay.
sorry, I was focused. Sorry, what do you is I saw you talking to that man, like, and I was just like, okay, well, I'll just I just decided to go train.
Yes.
You gotta be ready in for
Wait.
that.
That man is an old friend of ours. Don't you remember?
Harlow takes a look at him for a second. Can I actually have Harlow roll history real quick to see if he remembers him? Because Harlow,
Shit, go for it.
Actually, I'm gonna make Harlow make a history check because I don't because he's not
Hollow's
again.
Hollow.
Yeah, like he's just like. Actually, that's good for Harlow. 18 because I got a 19 minus 1.
Sadly, you do recognize this to be Rock Crusher's form. It's the form that he used to try and hit on Elena.
Of course he had to. Yeah, I see him.
Is there room next to where Harlow is sitting and working on his axe?
He's just sitting up against the wall, so probably.
Like, are you sitting or are you leaning?
Sitting / leaning. He's sitting and
That
leaning.
is not. Okay,
Well,
are
he's
you
sitting
on
down.
your
He's sitting
ass?
down.
Are you on your
Yes, I
ass?
am on. Yes, I am on my ass.
Okay. Virtue. Virtue is gonna go on.
Yeah, I stand out a little. I definitely don't look like someone who's dressed for a competition.
Then Virtue. Claire, I feel like I know the answer to this since you know I kind of cleric. I did buy a medkit. Then they're like, "Would I have bandages on me?" I feel like it makes sense.
Do you have a
But
med kit with you?
yes, I bought it. Remember?
Then yes,
Okay.
med kits have bandages.
Yes. That's why I'm just like, I feel like I know this answer, but I'm gonna ask you real quick before I start doing it. Then you're like, huh? Virtue then takes out a roll of bandages and it puts their hand out. And just like, give me a hand.
They're like he like looks down at his fist, finally realizing how bloody they are. It's like it'll be fine. It'll close up.
Yes, but we don't want them getting infected. Please tell me the dirt phase.
But like you know how difficult it is to like hold an axe while like you have like it slips and like
I'll bandage it in a way that doesn't affect the movement of your hand.
fine. But if they get in my way, I'm taking them off.
Okay.
And I like PR like puts his hands out like. Also, I should probably specify Harlow's like just sitting there like sharpening his axe.
Then Virtue will bandage his hands. Should I roll performance on that?
Performance is charisma. Why would you?
No, you can just use
Medical?
the med kit. I guess you can roll medicine if you want to.
Okay. Where's my? There we go. There it is. Where is my modifier? Wisdom. Okay. That is a please 22.
You bandage up Harlow fine. Yeah. You stop the bleeding and you just keep all of him in one spot behind a bandage.
Okay.
Is the bandages impeding my ability to like hold my axe at all?
I mean, I know some people actually
Um,
wear bandages to help with that.
with
So
a 22, Virtue's able to wrap the bandages around your individual fingers, so you'd probably be fine.
All right. And Harlow just continues sharpening his axe.
Okay. So,
Inquire as to whether it's just a 1v1 kind of deal, or if there's like team bouts or anything like that.
I mean, you can ask Carlo about it.
Yeah, okay, sure. I'll ask Carla.
Yeah, Harlow's again just continuing what he's doing, but he'll be talking like at
Hello,
the same time as you.
hello, random orc I have never seen before.
And what's your name?
Not Steve or Rock Crusher.
Yeah, what do I
Wink,
call you?
wink. Irax.
Okay.
Or,
What's up, Myrex?
yeah, this whole fighting thing. Team fights. You know,
Or what kind of
Return of
fights?
the gruesome twosome.
What are you talking about? Are you talking about the Dusk Bowl?
Oh yeah, obviously.
No, it's 1v1s. Until either time runs out, someone forfeits, or someone dies.
So you are allowed to kill people. Yes.
In the Dusk Bowl, yeah.
Yeah. Seems a bit easier.
no killing each other.
Not anyone else.
Yeah, I mean,
looking
I was gonna say, yeah, I mean, let's try to avoid killing each
like
other.
not-
I will,
Yeah,
I will be
I've
looking
already.
like me when I'm fighting, not
Mm,
like I do currently.
you kind of pointing at him, or like not pointing at him, or you.
The second one,
I don't know if that's a good idea, but
a bit more scaly.
yeah.
And then what
I'm
are
just.
they gonna interrupt the event of the year to arrest a petty criminal?
It's once a week, I believe. Right, Claire?
Is it once
Sign up,
once
that's right.
fucking week? What sort of place is this?
Yeah, once a week.
Oh well, either way, I'd like to see them try.
Yeah. No, but I've done like whenever I was down here, I did it. I did it about every week. Yeah.
Well, this should be fun. Yeah, let's not try to avoid killing each other potentially in this. Virtue.
Yes.
You feel about potentially providing subtle support from the sidelines.
I don't think
It's
that's
not, it's
important.
not, it's not cheating. It's not cheating.
I don't
Yeah, it
have
is.
anything to really boost you like that.
I know. I mean, like sort of clericking.
I no.
If our shit gets fucked up.
Then I guess you have to forfeit if you want to live. I mean, it's what you signed up for.
Really, after all of this time, You're not even willing to cheat for us. Wow. Okay. I see where things are.
I mean, Kyrex, I really don't have anything to help you. I mean,
I've seen you do them. I've seen you.
I can heal. That's about it.
Yeah, that's
And
very useful. That's very, very useful.
But then again, the only one I believe you have to touch the person, so you'd have to touch me. And if I'm in the crowd, it's a little obvious, don't you think?
Does dampen things a little.
Um,
Well, that actually limits everyone's possibilities, I suppose.
I
Consider signing up.
I will let you know that if it does come down to me and you fighting each other, I'm not holding back.
I mean, yeah, but I'm not going to kill you. I'll be clear on that. I'm not going to pull punches, but, I'm not going to kill you. And before you say anything, I will hope that you would not kill me as well.
As long as you forfeit if you feel need be, then it shouldn't come to that.
See, that's a thing. Forfeit, yeah. That sort of leaves a bit of a sour taste in my mouth.
Seems like you belong here. You could have probably grown up here and you would have been just about the same, I'd assume.
Yeah, I feel like we are birds of a feather in that regard.
Just so you know, don't expect anyone else to call the fight either. I've learned that in my time. You never expected.
I suppose that, but I'm looking around and no one really seems like that big a threat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you
Nothing
never
we
know.
can't
People can
handle.
surprise you.
That is true. But these sort of fights just.
I remember this fucking twink that went into the fucking duskbowl, and he was kind of like Virtue, and he being really evasive and all that, sneaky. He was a little bastard to kill, but
that can be annoying.
I'm right here.
Thank you. We noticed.
I mean, it's just as that upfront fighting is, not. I just know it's not exactly your specialty.
Yeah, you like to sort of sneak up behind it and stab people in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, works out pretty well for you. Yeah, these fights, is it just everyone's thrown into a big sort of arena together and then just fucking go at it? Or is it like a tournament?
It's tournament style.
Oh. How many people?
Claire, roughly how many people have what's the range roughly?
In the arena, there can be not a lot of people join the actual arena. It's about 8 to 16 people.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 to 16.
Is it just across one day?
One afternoon.
Ooh.
Yeah, one afternoon.
It's going to be interesting whoever gets that last fight after doing a bunch of other fights.
Yeah, I mean, if one of us, it's going to be definitely interesting to see who comes out on top.
I mean, we don't have to go. Maybe the mystery about who could come out on top is a bit better. We could do a.
I know I distinctly remember having this really epic dream of me and you.
Also vaguely remember that, but I don't remember how it turned out, and I would prefer if you didn't mention how you thought it turned out.
Oh. Well, sorry. I just remember I just remember beating the shit out of you. Sorry, that's
No, I remember someone distinctly fucking with me with magic. And that's all I can really think about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on, though.
Good old days.
a little callback there. That is not gonna.
Yeah.
Little
Hello.
callback that is not going to end up at all. If anybody watches the video, nobody's gonna get that but it's great still.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I think if we both make it to the end, we could potentially use that position to gain a foothold with the upper parts of society. Maybe one particular individual we were both looking to deal with.
I mean, you get a couple things if you win, but
yeah.
Also, if it does come down to me and you fighting, then I wouldn't recommend refusing to fight because that can end up just as bad for you as losing a fight.
I know that.
What happens if you
I
just
prefer
forfeit?
not to have to fight you. Okay.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that then.
What
Oh,
happens
you
if you
want
just
this?
forfeit?
You want this fight, don't you? You want to fight this.
I've waited for a long time to be able to prove my strength.
Virtue, you were asking
How
something
does it
Yes.
before.
I was asking how it happens if you forfeit.
I out of character don't remember the exact details of what happens. I just remember that.
Claire!
All I remember is that it's not good.
Well, I guess that's all you're gonna get.
I know
Science on your
I know
shit.
Taco. I know Taco deals with you or something like that if you refuse.
I mean, forfeit, you're about to die and you're like, no, I don't want to die.
No. It isn't like two people refusing to fight.
If both participants refuse to fight each other, they will be taken out of the arena either by force or if they just comply. But if it's by force, it'll probably end in death. Wah wah.
Asking, if you forfeit, as in, you surrender to the person that's about to kill you.
If you surrender to the person, I'll just take over from here, you fucking bonehead.
All right.
If you surrender to the person, then that person moves on. But you will be bullied senseless for surrendering to someone.
Ooh.
Well, I don't think anyone's going to bully Rock if he surrendered, because he would literally be like, haha, you surrendered, they'd go flying.
Nice throat you have there.
While we're at it, I guess I'll just explain all the rules before we end the session so that they will be not fresh on your mind when it comes to the next one. You have 3 minutes to deal as much damage to your opponent as possible. It can go as far as death. After 3 minutes, the arena master will decide a winner. The winner goes to the next round, and the loser will be taken out of the Dusk Bowl. It doesn't matter what happens. If they die, they will be pushed off the side of the arena, and their body will be disposed eventually. If there's a tie, then both participants lose. If they refuse to fight each other, they will be taken out of the arena by force. If any form of magic is used, the other participant will automatically move to the next round, and the shooter will be taken to captivity, as Rock Crusher did. And the winner will get a chance to send a letter to Spine, and they'll be given full medical attention and a higher chance to move up the class system. Any questions?
I actually have a quick one because I didn't think about this until Rock started bringing it up. What happens if the two people who refuse to fight are in the finals?
Well, then I guess there isn't a winner.
Isn't that an interesting train of thought?
And as Rock Crusher and Harlow continue to think about the idea of fighting each other, and I explain all of the rules of the game, that's just gonna
Wait, Quinn.
end the session.
Quinn comes out the wall, starts explaining all the rules.
God, you hear a voice in your head of God telling you everything. And we will start next session directly at the Dusk Bowl.
Claire, I would like to message you a couple things that I'm going to be doing before, like during that on that day. Okay.
Yes, so if
'Cause they're,
there's
like,
anything you'd like to do before the Dusk Bowl, message me, because next
You know-
session is going to immediately start at the Dusk Bowl.
I wonder if these two are gonna have another nap and have another dream, but test run between them.
This is
Nah,
rather
this
interesting.
this next fight, it's not going to be a dream.
I know. I'm just thinking, like, are you guys gonna
mean,
want to do a test run,
hey,
like right before it's
Yeah,
official?
I mean, if you wanna go for a test run, I'm game.
Oh, God.
Please.
You know,
Okay, I'm
I'm
gonna
okay
sit
with that
down
because
in
I
my-
am not involved with it at all. So,
I'll be your announcer. I'll be your announcer.
Mano a mano.
so just know that the Dusk Bowl is going to have a real life time limit to it of 3 minutes. So maybe make some cheats to make combat go faster.
I mean, 3 minutes in game or just IRL?
real life.
No, IRL.
Oh shit, that's quick as hell.
Yeah, 3
Yeah,
minutes
so
per
you gotta
round.
know. You gotta start like spitting out, like, I do this and this, I do this and this.
And
Well, I
don't
mean, we're
think
both-
about
we're both
spending
have-
all for 3 minutes on one turn because it's the most accumulative damage. And if you only do one round, then like what the fuck, that'll be qualified
So,
as a
like-
tie.
Just wait until I have more health than Rock, and then just decide to wait out the rest.
Yeah, and then just stall for like 2 minutes.
Well, that's up to you and not up to me. That's where
That
next
would-
session is going to start.